watch his body language the second that Dustin swings at him, right? It's like the guy's like, oh man, oh, look at this, we're friends. Oh, this is better than I had hoped. And then Dustin tries to slap him, and then watch, he just stiffens up immediately. So yesterday, I made a first of its kind video on this channel where I edited a fake interview between me and Dana White together. And at the end, I made a joke about your wife is in me DMs. And today, a guy made the same joke to Dustin Poirier at a parade where he was, participating with his wife, and Dustin slapped the guy in the face. And I have the video. I'm going to show it to you guys. So I don't really know what that means, but I'll show you both videos just because, obviously, I mean, if Dustin slaps a fan, of course you want to see it. And I'm going to show it to you very quickly here, so just relax. I'll show it to you in a second. And then later on in the video, I'll talk to you guys about some stuff. Then later on, I'm going to show it to you in slow motion. And I'll show you guys some slow-mo stuff that you won't see the first time that you watch it because also very notable. The slow-mo stuff is also very notable. But I don't want to upset people who are like, dude, you never get to the point. I'm going to right now. I'm going to show you guys the video, and then we could go into the slow-mo stuff later. So, yeah. But anyway, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't yet. I jumped out of bed to do this video, and yeah, so we'll go from there. If you guys watch a lot of my stuff, please subscribe to the channel, like everyone else who has lived up to their end of the bargain, and we'll rock and roll. So let's watch this thing. Boom. So I really don't understand people who do this. I'm just going to say that out of the gate. This is like a big dude, man. Like a big bearded dude. Like I already know what kind of person this guy is just from what he's wearing and what he looks like. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Like, why would you do this? Like, why would you, why? You know? Hey, your wife's in me DMs. And Dustin's like, oh man, yeah, high five, bro, high five. The guy's all, yeah, and he's all slap, never mind. And the guy's like, guy gives him the finger, obviously. Jolie throws some beads in the direction of these people. And then something is happening here that when you see the slow-mo, you'll see, like, look at, and they're out of there, right? You'll see the slow-mo, there's something else going on there, and we'll watch it again in a second. We'll watch all of it because anyway, I had to slow it down with my finger on my phone, and I'm like, oh, so we'll watch it again. But first, I just want to say this: why do people do this? Is it just as simple as this? Like, you guys tell me in the comments. Is it just as simple as I just wanted to get Dustin Poirier's attention and get a reaction out of him? I mean, if that's all it is, all right, I guess that makes sense. Like, if he would have walked up to Dustin with a sign that said, Dustin, huge fan, love you, Dustin would have been like, just like he did, you know, like he walked right up to Dustin and showed him the sign. Like, if it would have been like, Dustin, I'm your number one fan, Dustin would have been like, awesome, man, thank you. He would have reacted, right? So like this, it's like, dude, Connor was talking about his wife, you know? Like, and clearly Dustin didn't think it was very funny, right? If he slapped a random guy who threw that sign up at the parade, he clearly doesn't think that's very funny. And makes me think about putting it in the video that I did last night, which I'm going to show you right now, because I did this video. Like, a lot of time, I like to just, there's a lot of things that I talk about ancillarily on this video. Like, in case you guys haven't noticed, this isn't really like it's like a, yeah, I talk about UFC stories. It's not really like a UFC like news thing exactly. I talk about YouTube. I talk about all kinds of stuff. And so talking about YouTube, I made this first time video yesterday. It was a fake interview with Dana White. And I put it up in the format that I did. Like, I did cut it down to 1 minute. So it was just 1 minute, like that would have been a short. I actually just made it a short right now. But I put it up in normal format because I thought it was going to be really popular. And it was. The click-through rate was as high or higher than any video I've ever done. And yet it's not being suggested to anyone because the watch time is so low, because it's only a minute and 45 minute, or like it's a minute 45 second video. So the watch time is little. So like, even though the comments are 98% hysterically positive, YouTube's not showing it to anyone. So anyway, I don't know. Like, this is just for like, you know, I'm just thinking out loud in terms of the thing that I'm paying attention to, where it's like, I can't, like, click-through rate's great. People are watching it multiple times. The average watch time is over 100%, which means that most people are watching it more than once. So like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Why is it not being suggested to more people? Short watch time. Anywho, but I am going to show you that right now. So give that a look. Boom. So Dana, Rough night in Cabo on New Year's, huh?
It was tough.
We heard that your wife slapped you when she found out that Connor had been granted one night with her, indecent proposal style, as part of his tough contract. True?
100%, yeah.
You couldn't have just offered him more money?
It was the toughest thing I've ever had to navigate in the history of this company.
Now, once she found out, were you able to talk her into it?
It wasn't going to happen.
The word is you smoothed that over with Connor with a team of ring girls for the night. True?
Yeah.
And of course, you included yourself in that event, right?
I knew that if I went and I figured out a way to do it, that my team would go with me.
I'd have done the same thing. Babe, I had no choice. So when you guys actually did it, was it everything that Connor had hoped?
I don't know. I don't know.
How many ring girls are we talking here?
And the list goes on and on.
Well, tell me about the night.
We figured out a date, flew over on our own private plane that only we were on. We're scared and a little nervous.
Now, having seen Connor's package at weigh-ins, what was it like with everyone running around all out and about?
There are just as many finishes in the big one as there are in the small one.
Now, when you have that many girls there, some are in, some are out, what are the girls doing that are sitting on the outside?
All they do is sit back and criticize.
Must have been tough. Did that distract Connor at all?
100%.
But not you.
No.
You dog. The rumor is that this party lasted 48 hours. What did you say to Connor after this thing concluded?
You were reckless. You were a monster.
And then what did the aftermath look like?
And I was sending out weekly videos to my employees.
And now Connor's doing tough. What an incredible outcome.
100%.
Now, do you feel like someone might criticize you putting this into a UFC contract?
Well, this is America.
God bless America. You think it'd be safe for me to bring my wife around you and Connor at the Ultimate Fighter rap party?
Yeah.
Your wife is in me DMs, hey baby.
She's not coming. And so, yeah, so we found out that Dustin does not think the wife is in me DMs thing is funny. Now, obviously, in the case of this video, I was making a joke about my own self and, Dana and Connor had nothing to do with, Dustin. But nonetheless, it's kind of notable that he slapped a dude for it yesterday or today. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, sometimes people, like, going back to, like, why people do this, like, sometimes I'll have interactions with people in the comments that are so bizarre to me, where it's like a personal comment, something like they're like, Jesse, learn how to talk without doing blah, blah, blah. Your channel's dying and it's pathetic. And I'm like, and I'll respond back something like, hey, dude, this video's gotten 40,000 views in 24 hours. How is that an indicator of a dying channel, dude? Like, if you didn't notice, in November, I had 80,000 subscribers. It's February, I have 105,000, okay? Do the math on that. Do the math on that channel growth over a few months. That is certainly not an indicator of like, why would you say a thing like that? You know what I mean? And then they'll respond. They're like, oh, no, man, I love your channel, dude. I love your channel. I was just breaking your balls. I'm like, dude, you're a name next to an icon. Why would I think that you're breaking my balls and you like my channel? That's just mean what you said, Like, all you did is just say a mean thing, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I get it. Some people are like, no, you respond more to negative comments. I'm like, I actually don't think that's accurate. I think that I respond equally to positive and negative, but, maybe there are a lot more positive. I don't know, whatever, dude. If it's just about getting a reaction out of people, I guess I kind of understand that, but anywho, it's just not a thing that I would ever do. I don't do that. Shit, I don't even talk negative to people I don't like, I just no, that's not true, actually. That's not true. I do talk negative about people I don't like, but nonetheless. So let's watch this thing in slow motion now, though, okay? So the thing I want you guys to pay attention to here are these two things. Let's just go to where Dustin slaps him, because you can see here that, like, Dustin, like, just if he got his face a little bit, but it looks like he just grazed him, right? Like, he went around his hand and just grazed his face barely, because it didn't, his head didn't get knocked around. So he clearly didn't hit him hard, but you could see the guy's body language change completely, right? As soon as like watch his body language the second that Dustin swings at him, right? It's like the guy's like, oh man, oh, look at this, we're friends. Oh, this is better than I had hoped. And then Dustin tries to slap him, and then watch, he just stiffens up immediately. And so, and then he feels so stupid. Look at his, like, just watch his body language after that. He's like, oh yeah, you got me. Fuck you, buddy. Fuck you. And they're going away, and then, Jolie's throwing beads, but then something happens right here. Like, I don't know if these people have been following them the whole time, but watch this. So watch Jolie, like, she's like pointing. Wait. Is she pointing? I don't know. Something's going on. She grabs the thing, and then watch. She grabs Dustin's arm, and she's like, let's go. So, and then she motions at the crowd. So I don't know if like, it's hard to say, but you could tell something was going on. Like the fans were pissed, or like something's happening where on the other side of the camera or in front of them, probably on the side where the guy was, that people were gathering and you know, talking trash or whatever, because she starts kind of going like this. And then she's like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And she grabs Dustin's arm like a woman grabs a person's arm who's like, don't do anything, honey. I've seen this movie before. Don't do anything. There's no need to go crazy. Let's just get out of here. Get out of here. And then she's like, you know, she's motioning to the driver, like, get out of here before my husband does something crazy, which I kind of like. Don't joke with Dustin about his wife, man. I mean, it's one thing if you're Conor McGregor. It's another thing if you're just some random dude. I mean, if he'll slap some guy at a parade, like, I just want to say this. If Dustin's down to slap a random dude at a parade, that's a big dude too. If he's down to just slap a dude, I can promise you it's not a good joke to make to him. Like, I don't think you're going to have a good outcome. If there's no cameras around, I think he'll slap the shit out of you too. Except he'll really slap the shit out of you. Would be my guess. So, anyway, short video. That's what I got. Don't mess with Dustin and his wife, man. He will slap your face.